Every so often, fate takes a dump. He picked it up, built a throne out of it, and shat right back on it. Meet Timothy Dexter. A man so wrong, so dumb, but still got everything he never deserved. Back in the day, young Dexter was a dirt-poor tanner's apprentice, which basically meant scraping dead animal skins and trying not to black out from the smell. All right, new guy, stay out of the pits. Don't touch anything wet, and for God's sake, don't step in the piss trough. Relax. What kind of dumbass steps in the... Oops, that'd be me. Seriously? That's my coat, you lunatic. Oh, I thought it was the emergency cleaning cloth. Why the hell don't we have one of those? He got a quarter raise because the universe kept confusing his accidents for innovation. But Dexter wasn't content with the quarter. He wanted more. He wanted the hell out, and fast, preferably with gold involved. And somehow, life shrugged and handed him a sugar mommy. Enter Elizabeth Frothingham, a wealthy widow twice his age and way out of his league. She's got land, status, and absolutely no reason to say yes to a guy who reeked like a urinal in July. But she said yes anyway. That one marriage leveled him up from scraping hides to shaking hands. Now armed with cash and no idea what to do with it, Dexter did what any whack job with a wallet would. He started investing like a prophet, high on fumes and bad advice. After the Revolutionary War, every sane, educated person was dumping continental currency like it was on fire. It was worthless, barely better than toilet paper. But Dexter, he bought it, all of it, because why not? Everyone laughed, until Congress suddenly said, Surprise! We're honoring that currency again. Dexter went to bed a clown and woke up a millionaire. His rivals, burning with envy, tried to sabotage him by feeding him the dumbest business ideas they could imagine. Send coal to Newcastle, they said, knowing the place was literally built on coal. Dexter did it during a miners' strike, sold everything, at premium. Ship bed warmers to the West Indies, a tropical furnace. He did. Locals used them to boil molasses. He made a killing. Send cats to the Caribbean. He did. The place was crawling with rats. Jackpot. They tried to mock him. He made a fortune, but getting rich by accident wasn't enough. He wanted his house to scream delusion. So he bought a mansion in Newburyport. It wasn't a home. It was a temple to ego, built in wood and bad taste. The front lawn was crammed with wooden statues of heroes such as George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Napoleon Bonaparte, and, of course, himself, labeled greatest philosopher in the Western world. Subtlety was taken out back and shot. This wasn't about style. It was about being seen and worshipped. But still, the statues could only stare. Dexter wanted voices, so he gave the town a choice. Praise me, and I'll pay you. He hosted dinners for adults who called him Lord. He handed quarters to kids who said it loud enough. And they did, because free food and cash are stronger than shame. But a man paid in titles and quarters still wants a legacy, right? So he wrote a book, A Pickle for the Knowing Ones. 9,000 words. No punctuation, no editing. Just raw, undiluted Dexter. Half the book was a rant about politics, God, his haters, and especially his wife, whom he compared to something between a curse and a kitchen rat. The other half was about how awesome he thought he was. A real line from this masterpiece: I'm the first lord in the United States of a Mercury now of Newburyport. It is the voice of the people, and I can't help it, and so let it go. Critics begged him to add punctuation. So for the second edition, he slapped a bonus page at the end of the book and called it fixed. It was just a handful of stray marks and a note that said, do it yourself. In his own words, they may pepper and salt it as they please. And somehow people bought it, like with real money, not because it was brilliant, but because fate, being a sarcastic bastard, gave him a thumbs up. And so, for the grand finale of his delusion-fueled existence, Dexter did what only a man high on unearned applause would do. He faked his own death to see who would cry. He hired some mourners and arranged a fake wake, and 3,000 people actually showed up. He hid behind a curtain, watching, listening, and taking mental notes. Who's crying? Who's holding back? Who brought ham but no tears? Then he saw her, his wife, stone-faced, dry-eyed, not even pretending to care. So Dexter snapped. He stormed out like a madman. I'm alive! Sir, you can't just undie yourself mid-eulogy. Wife, you didn't cry. You didn't die. This was a test. You failed it harder than your book's grammar. Where? are my tears, probably hiding with your punctuation. You mock my death? I mock your existence. This wasn't in the rehearsal. You ruined my funeral. You ruined every dinner since the marriage. I demand grief, then choke on your cane and give me a reason. Can I go home? I faked my death for this? You're not getting paid. And you couldn't even squeeze out a single tear. Ha! Next time you want tears, try make it past the foreplay. I wish it ended there. But nope, Timothy Dexter never knew when to drop the cane. That day, he beat the shit out of his wife, publicly, until the goddamn stick broke, because apparently no tears was now a crime punishable by cane. Well, that escalated. I got carried away. When do you not? So, learn anything? Yeah. Next time, bring a backup cane. Well, look at that. You made it through. Barely. Hope to see you again.